Okay, guys, this session is officially recording now. I want to thank you all for going ahead and getting on here. Um, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Luke Shula. I'm 19 years old. I've been trading Forex, for 11 months now, and it's definitely been a journey. My first 3 months, I was on a demo account, which is just monopoly money, and I wanted to really spend my time getting to know what I was doing. And before I jumped into it with my real money, I was very, very scared to use my real money because I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just terrified that I would lose it all. Until I found WG and I saw that we have a successful track record that I could actually plug into and follow. But before I hand this off to JDR, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about being patient, because some people see the results that JDR and I are pulling in on a monthly or since we started kind of basis, and they're really amazed. And what they want to do is they want to start making that kind of money their first month trading. And in reality, that's not really going to happen. If you made, $3, $5, $10,000 your first month trading, most likely you took on some huge risks, and it's not a very smart way to trade because it won't be consistent. So what we're going to talk about today is, more in-depth risk management, which is absolutely key to anybody that trades in Forex. So I want to tell you, when it comes to trading Forex, everyone on this webinar is in WG. And you got to know that people are seeing the Forex market and how you can make money. They're opening their eyes to what you can do here. And so there's going to be hundreds and thousands of other Forex companies and groups and different things out there. And you have to understand, I need to stick to one company. I need to, look at the numbers that we're pulling in, the track record, be consistent, think long term, and, really just stick to what we've got going here and be patient most of all. So anyways, I know it's 11 p.m. for a lot of us, so I appreciate you guys taking, time out of your afternoon to hop on here. I wanted to introduce JDR. These webinars are just extra value that we want to provide for you guys. We're not charging you for this kind of thing. It's just we've reached our hand up, and we've learned from some very, very successful mentors, and so we've now built our own success stories. There's no such thing as success without success stories. So now that we have our own success story to share, we're now reaching our hand down, and we're saying, guys, whether you're brand new or you have some experience, we have something that can help each and every one of you. So JDR's out there in Texas, right? And I actually met him in Cancun on the company trip, and we got to know each other some, and we just talked about our different ways of trading. And he's got a ton of knowledge in the markets, and he also has had some amazing results that he can share himself. But I wanted to bring him on here, and I'm very excited to see what he has to say, just to add on to what we've already talked about. And so I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to him, and he's going to take it from here. And then after he talks, for the next 45 minutes or so, what we're going to do is open up for question and answer. But also in the meantime, as he's speaking, feel free to ask questions in the chat box, and we'll do our best to get to those questions as we go. So guys, give it up for JDR. JDR, the floor is yours. Take it away, brother.
Okay, appreciate that, Luke. Yeah, man, I'm very blessed to have met you. In Cancun, that was the first time that we were able to meet, man. You're a phenomenal leader. You've been doing some great things, closing out meetings, killing meetings, man. Definitely respect you as a trader, and I definitely respect you as a leader and as a man. So a little bit about me. I got into Forex trading January, so about 11 months ago. January, February is whenever I got into Forex trading, and it was, kind of like Luke was saying, it's scary. When I got in, I came in I saw it in 2014. I got to see it in 2014. So I actually came in to Forex trade into WG as already a trader. I saw the opportunity in wealth generators as, okay, I can learn Forex and I can put my money from Forex into the stock market. They made me over $17,000 by just utilizing their product in the stock market last year. So, I have some great product testimonials with just that. And I came in And I said, okay, this is what I want to utilize to build my income. I wanted to have multiple streams. You know, there's one thing that I read in Robert Kiyosaki's Retire Young, Retire Rich was having passive income, having residual income. So that was one of the things that I wanted to get started on. And, you know, Forex was, when I looked at it, you know, it was different. It was scary. I demoed for probably 2 or 3 months. It was very exciting. Had no idea what I was doing. My mentor at the time, you know, she showed me. I thought it was a scam. You know, I didn't think that it was real. I looked at it and I was like, there's no way, you know, you can make. I saw her making 1,000 in a day. I saw her making 2,000, 3,000. I was like, you know, there's no way you can do those kinds of things. And, you know, I got to talk to her, got to know her, and then I basically got introduced to it. And then when I made my first 500, I traded binary. A lot of you guys may not know what binary is. It's a lot slower. It's not as lucrative with Forex as the Forex market is. So you can only lose what you put in. And with the Forex market, you know, you can put in, you know, a standard, which is $1. You can put in, you know, 50 cents, and then you can have, you know, a maximum risk of whatever, but you can also lose all the money that you put in as well. Binary is a little different. It's a little safer. I came in, made my first 500 within a month in binary. I was actually at indoor track nationals in college. I ran track. I was a 3-time All-American, and I thought it was awesome, you know, because I was running and I made money while I was away. You know, that was the first time I ever made money from actually not being at a job or really doing anything. My money made me money. So it was really cool. I put my first 500 in the Forex market and I lost it. I had no idea what I was doing. You know, that might be a lot of your guys' story. And, you know, I lost, you know, a lot of money up till then, but it wasn't until I understood basic concepts. I started learning. I said, okay, I'm going to actually learn this, and I'm going to become smarter at this. And that's really what I want to come to you guys, you know, tonight. I've had great success in the Forex market since. I mean, if you guys can go, you can add me. You know, I'm not going to go into all the different things I've done. If you guys go on my Facebook and add me, find me on there, you'll be able to see some of the trades I've done on my own. I have my own trading group, and I help people. But what I see what Generator is doing is I understand one thing, that it is a marathon and not a sprint. And that's what I want all you guys on this webinar to understand, you know, tonight. Is the biggest thing, you know, every one of us is on a separate chapter. Okay, you can't compare yourself to me, you can't compare yourself to Luke, to Julian, you know, you can't compare yourself to us, because we're all on different chapters. You may come in on chapter 1 when you come in on Forex, word 1, okay? That's what you may come in on. You know, someone who might be more financially educated, who might have a little bit more income, they might come in on chapter 10, okay? They might come in on chapter 15. Some people may be 25, some people may be 30, 35, kind of have their lives together a little bit, looking around for opportunities and already kind of putting money back, but not really knowing what to do with money, you know, but they're looking for a vehicle. See, what you want to do is you want to get into the Bugatti, you want to get into the jet, you don't want to get into the Honda Civic, you want to get to where you want to go faster. That's where you want to go. The whole point in working and doing things is so that you can retire earlier. You have a vehicle that's going to have money working for you, and that's one thing that I understood. So what you have to understand when you come into this is everyone is on a different chapter. You know, like the master distributor, Rick Roberry, he put in 80,000, and he was able to make, what is it, around 50+ thousand, I think is what he said in Cancun, but he is on a completely different chapter financially. Okay, you can't compare yourself. You know, I was able to make 10,000 in one trade from the WG trade. That was in one trade. Now, I know more than the average person, well, generators, because I've trained in Forex, but I understood risk management. I understood what to do with my account, and that's what I'm coming with you guys tonight, is risk management. You guys have to know what you're doing when you come into the market, because if you see the returns, they just came out with the monthly returns last month, and it was 16% ROI, a 16% return on investment. Do you understand that your basic savings account right now is going under 1% for the entire year? That's for the year. Well, Generators just had 16% month ROI. Okay? What you have to understand is how to put money.
Can you hear me?
What's up?
Get a little bit of engagement. Guys, if you're paying attention, which I hope you are, if you have lost any money in the market, Could you just type yes in the chat box? Let's see, because a lot of people have, JDR and I have had losses. Now we're doing well and we've learned a lot, but we've all had losses. So you say yes, okay. We've had losses. All right, so what we're showing you here is now how to manage your losses, because at the end of the day, whether you make 1,000 your first year or you made $1 million in a year from trading, every single trader will have losses. So really pay attention to what he's saying, because this is his real life, story, and this is his story. These are his results. We're going to have losses. So risk management is just learning how to manage your losses that you will have. All right. So yeah, let's just ask a couple questions throughout this so we can make sure people are participating and everything. But guys, take notes.
Yeah. So I mean, like Luke said, you're gonna have losses. I mean, I'm building an account right now by myself, and I'm working on a different account right now. I have 4 different trading accounts. So I have one that's a big account, and I have 2 that I'm building, and I'm formulating different strategies, and I'm learning how to trade. The more knowledgeable you become in the market, the better off you're gonna be. You want to be able to learn about this. Now, it's great to be able to have market experts. If I would have had market experts from the start of me being able to use it, and I would have known what I know now, I would have never blown an account. And I probably blown like 10 plus accounts, and it sucks. It sucks every time. Whenever you blow an account, you be sitting there like, oh my Lord, your life is over, you don't know what to do. You sit there and just talk to God and just look at everything just like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. And you bounce back. And that's what champions do. They bounce back. Winners keep going. The quitters, the losers, they quit. And that's what you have to understand. That's why I've been able to have so much success. Because my losses, I learned from them. And that's what you have to learn from. Your failures are actually going to propel you forward. You have to learn how to fail forward in this. So risk management is going to help you with that. Now, say you come in and you're on chapter 1, right? You come in, you got $100 to invest in the market. Now, if you're looking at someone who has $1,000, right? You're looking at someone who has $1,000 and they utilize risk management. So when you come in with a $100 account, proper risk management on a $100 account is 0.01. That is proper risk management, okay? That is proper risk management. Now, it may not look as good as someone who comes in and makes $3,000 on their trade, and you make $3. It may not look as good. It's like, man, they just made $3,000, and I only made $3, and they had a standard lot. They had a standard lot. But guess what? Most likely, if they're doing it the correct way, if they have proper risk management and with all the WG ROIs are on a $10,000 account. So if you notice and you look over at the whenever you see the little screen that they send you of their ROI, it says this is an account value of $10,000. So when you start with that $10,000, proper risk management is $1. You start with $1 because I'm tired of hearing people on my team blowing their accounts. I'm tired of seeing people blowing their accounts because they don't understand that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. This isn't to come in and I'm going to compare my chapter to you. I'm going to compare my chapter to you. What I tell my people, which I have what's called a freedom fund set up to help people become successful within the business and get smarter with money, is you have to learn how to invest more and you have to learn how to save less. So you have to become financially smart. You have to become financially educated. Money just devalues over time. The more and more they print money, the more and more it devalues. So you need to put your money to work for you. So all that extra stuff that you have that you don't need, that are just putting you in bad debt, that you're paying on your car, that's taking money out of your pockets, that's called bad debt. You get a house and it's taking money out of your pocket, that's called bad debt. You need to learn how to get in good debt and get in something that whenever you get it, you can put the money to work for you, and instead of taking money out of your pocket each month, it puts money into your pocket each month. And that's what this is. The membership is $130, but if you're utilizing and putting your money to work for you, say you get extra $50, your first month, say you get an extra $100, an extra $200, what you should be doing with that money is investing it, because what happens is your money management, all of a sudden, your risk management gets higher and higher and higher. You can actually invest more. So if you come in with a $100 account and you have 0.01 and the membership is $130, right now, that membership is not going to be paid for from Wealth Generators. But if you're utilizing the find and the keep part, you're going to be able to put more money into your broker's account at the end of the year. I saved over $5,000 on my taxes last year by using TaxBot. I'll get back over $2,000 on my taxes just because I used TaxBot. My membership last year, $1,150 for the 10 months I was in the company. It was 100 and then 130 the next. $1,150. So I just got an $850 return on just utilizing TaxBot. The company, their vision is to help generate wealth over time. So you have to understand, like I keep saying, this is a marathon. You have to stick with it and let time do its thing. I'm going to break down the ROI to you guys. The 6-year, 5-year, 6-year ROI with 137% ROI that we had, and you guys are going to see what happens just with an $1,000 account, because I want you guys to understand that. So as you grow, as you continue to put your money into the system and you use risk management, that's the key. Like I said, $100 is 0.01. $200 is 0.02. So as you increase your income, as you increase your broker's account, you increase the money that you make. Now say on a trade, say you come in, you have $1,000. What you will do, it doesn't mean you use a standard lot. That's 1.00. Okay, that's a standard lot. When you come into this, when you use $1,000, you're going to use 0.10. That is what you're going to utilize. 0.10 on your trading platform. And over time, your income is going to build. Now, the more money, it's meant to do is it's meant to build your income over time. So as you invest, as you put more money into the system, it's going to benefit you over time. You have to continue to follow the alerts. Okay, you have to continue with the race. It's not meant to get you, if you come in and you're someone who has 10,000, someone who comes in with $100 and they have 100 pip, say they have 100 pip gain on a trade. Well, one person is going to be able to make, you know, what is it? It's $1, 100 pip. No, I'm thinking $10. They're going to be able to make $10. 100 pips is 1,000. I'm talking in big pips. So 100 pips is 1,000 micro pips. That's if you count like the last 3 digits. You count all the last 3 digits on the screen. You count all of those. 100 pips is 1,000 micro pips. Okay. So that means that with that $1, with that $100 account, and if you use risk management 0.01, then you would have made $10. Okay. So your account increased. Now, someone who has a $10,000 account came in and did that, then they would have just made $1,000. Same exact pip count that they got, but the money is different. And that's what I'm saying. You can't compare chapters. You might have started on chapter 5, and they may already be in chapter 17. So that's what I want you guys to understand, is that's where they may be in their race. So you cannot compare chapters. This is something that's going to build you wealth over time. When you get, say you have, breaking it down from a, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions for me before I move on with anything? With anyone? No questions? Checking over here. No questions. People need to be trading views in this thing. So no questions that we have right now. Okay, so I'm just making sure that no one has questions. So if you check the ROI, I have the ROI right here on my phone. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. No, it's too bright. Oh, there we go. It's a little. No, you're not going to be able to see it. I'll just tell it to you. So if you start, you know, with a $1,000 account, if you start with a $1,000 account and they have 137% ROI in 6 months. Now, past results don't guarantee future success. We all know that in the company. We all understand that. They're going to have good months. They're going to have bad months. That's something that you have to understand. But what I want to break something down to you guys. Now, I've done this math plenty of times. It's something I use in my speeches whenever I talk to people and I share it with them. But if you have 137% ROI with our product, which I don't even, if you, like I told you, your basic savings account is 0.4%, on your money, if someone were to take that same money that they had, say they had 5,000 into the market, and they put it into our system and followed the alerts with risk management, then they would be up 137% in 6 months by just July of 2015 to January of 2016 in a 6-month time span. Then that's a little over that's over $10,000 that they would have been able to make. Now with a $1,000 account, your first 6 months, it's $2,370. Okay, that's your $1,000. By year 1, that same 1,000 is $4,246 in year 1. Now in 18 months, that's with the same 1,000. You never withdraw money and you never put any money in there. You follow the system, okay? 18 months, $10,063. 2 years, $23,849. 2.5 years, $56,522. Year 3, you become a 6-figure earner, $133,957. 3.5 years, that money doubles again, $317,478. By year 4, you make $752,423. By year 4.5, you become a millionaire. So by year 4, so it took you 4.5 years by just following the system to become a millionaire. By just following the system. And by year 5, you make $4,226,284 by year 5. Now year 5.5, you make $10,016,293 in 5.5 years. And year 6, and this is the last one that I did, is $23,738,615. Do you see why I say it is a marathon, not a sprint? So what you need to do is you need to learn how to invest more and save less. You have to follow the system designed to help you become successful. Now we all know that WG has a network marketing. They have a comp plan. So if you share this with other people, you have to understand something. Maybe your family is a little bit more well off than you are financially. Maybe they have things put together a little bit more. And you show them this plan and you say, hey, mom, dad, hey, grandma, grandpa, hey, cousin, uncle, aunt, whatever. You share it with them and you show them the numbers. The facts are going to speak over everything. They're going to show you the results are going to speak over everything. People need to see what they can get back from just utilizing the company to build their income over time. That's such a blessing to be able to see that in 6 years, by just following the system with that $1,000, you make over $20 million in 6 years. That's why I say it is a marathon. So that's why I want people to understand, by utilizing risk management and coming in and saying, okay, instead of going and buying that video game, okay, instead of going and buying that TV, okay, instead of going and buying those shoes, instead of getting this car, I'm going to put my money to work for me. So then in the next 5 years, I can buy 10 of those cars. I can take my family on 10 of those vacations. I can buy my sons, my daughters, those shoes, those clothes, and me some, and I could do all this because I was patient, I followed the system, and I understood that I needed not just sight, but I needed vision to do something like this, because that's the worst thing that you can have is sight and no vision. So you have to understand how this entire thing works. So any questions? Do you guys have any questions about maybe any other type of risk management, anything like that for the different people who are on? Yeah, that car payment, $800, man, that's what you call bad debt. Go, everyone on here, if you guys want, one thing that changed my entire view on money was Retire Young, Retire Rich by Robert Kiyosaki. Figure out what bad debt is and figure out what good debt is. Okay, that's what you need. Those two things right there are going to completely change the way you look at money and the way you look at things. So it's something that will really benefit you, that will change your view on money, and that's the whole key. Because what you guys need to understand is all of us in here, the 17 plus people we have, we're all investors. You know, our school systems from the age of 6, 7, you know, doesn't teach us that we're investors. They just teach us how to be really employees. That's what they teach us. But all of us are investors. So, you know, we invest in better shoes. We invest in a better car. We invest into a better house. We invest into better food, into better this, to better that. We invest in different things, right? So what you need to understand is you need to learn how to make your investments and maximize them. So you need to learn how to make better investments, and you need to learn how to make money work for you. Because if you never learn how to make money work for you, then for the rest of your life, you'll work for money. And that's the hardest thing. You know, those things, and people don't take risks, and people don't ever jump, and they don't have faith. You know, they stay in their comfort zone when they need to learn how to get into their faith. That's something that they need to understand how to do. What's the name of that book again? Retire Young, Retire Rich by Robert Kiyosaki. Let's see. Is the 5-year based off following just the trade alerts? No, it's just the trade alerts. It's none of my trades. It's all of just the trade alerts. Whenever they sent us out their entire history from July 23rd of 2015 to like January the 6th or something like that, and all of it is from the trade alerts. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but that's the breakdown of it. I don't think you can see it, but that's just the breakdown of it all the way to year 6, 23 million if you can see it. But yeah, that's the breakdown of the trades. I have it all calculated with the ROI with the percentage right there beside it, but I think it's flipped, so it might be hard to see. Should we be using 10% risk the numbers are based off of? I don't know if I understand that question. I don't understand that question, Noah. Should we be using the 10% risk the numbers are based off of? Talking about what are we talking about? I'm confused. Luke, you got anything? Anything else you want me to cover over?
Well, to answer that last question, the 5 years based on following trade alerts, or from the experts, or incorporating your own trades. Yeah, that was just taking into account if our trade alerts consistently performed at the same rate, what would happen in 5 years? Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just the compound effect over time. And we've all heard, if you double the penny for every day for a whole entire month, that's $10 million. You have to understand the first week you have like 64 cents. Your second week is like $5. Your third week is 16,000, and then the fourth week is 10 million. That's the compound effect. So it's going to start out slow, but we do have consistent returns. So as you get those consistent returns, it will compound, and your profits will grow to be larger and larger and larger and larger. So those numbers that he was talking about were just off WG trades. And then, if you have the trading knowledge and you have a trading plan, you can start placing your own trades as well. But from my experience, the main reason why people lose on a trade is simply lack of knowledge. They haven't taken the time to study what they're doing. They haven't taken the time to practice it. People try and practice a new method on their live account, and then they don't even use the right risk management. That's a problem. So that's why, to be totally honest and transparent, 90% of traders lose their money. But in the end of the day, 90% of people in any field aren't very successful. But in trading, about 90% of people lose their money, and it's because they don't know what they're doing. They don't practice the right risk management, and that's just the main things right there. And then once you have good risk management, and once you have some knowledge of what you're doing, what you have to do after that is come up with a trading strategy. So you need to tell yourself, what am I trying to make today? What is the return of my investment that I'm trying to consistently make? How many pips am I trying to catch on a daily or weekly basis? What is my trading strategy? Have a plan. When you reach your goal, then stop. So for me, and a lot of people on my team, people that are trading, they get in and out of trades, within a couple hours, day trading. The goal is to catch about 20, either, 15, 20, 25 pips consistently. If you can do that consistently, you're definitely going to be compounding and growing your account. 20 pips is something that someone with limited experience can actually do. It's not like you're trying to catch, 100 pips on a macro trade and then news messes you up. So these are things that you could actually do. Hey, Poe, welcome to the call, boss. Besides that, what did I want to say? Yeah,
I got a couple things I want to add too.
But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead real fast.
What I was going to say, for you guys, one thing that I've been telling my team, and one thing that I've been doing, and what has helped me, is I told you I had 4 trading accounts, right? Well, one of those is a WG account, and I don't take anything but WG trades in that account. That's something that you guys need to get on. You have the account that you're going to do all your screw-ups in over here. Just leave that alone, and then that's you. You do you in that one. And then you have your own trading account for WG. And when those alerts come in, just place the trade. Risk management on the trade, and then place it. So if you have a $200 account, 0.02. Put our stop, put our take profit. And then you're not, this is what you have to understand. You're not going to have to worry about your trade after that, because they're going to do what they're supposed to do. That's what they're paid. That's what we pay them for. We pay them to pay us, okay? It's that simple. We pay them to pay us. So they do their job, which is help us build wealth over time. That's why we do that. And all you have to do is use risk management on the trade. Like, it's literally that simple. It's literally so simple. And then over here, just use let that be for your screw ups. You got your main account over here that you do all that in, and then you have your WG account over here. So open up 2 different trading accounts, and if you need to know how to do that, go to your broker, whatever your broker is, and then go to like my account, and then click on open a sub account. And then when you have your sub account, you'll be able to have 2 different accounts, and just go link it back to your MetaTrader. I've done it. I've done it plenty of times. When would you say it is best to get a trade off alert? When would you? Hold on.
Yeah, I just answered that comment right before I saw that. But for those of you that have questions, like we said in the beginning, everyone will have their losses, and when you follow what JDR is talking about here, that's how you're going to start consistently winning. And I definitely like what you said about having a separate account, one for WG alerts and one for your own trades. That's definitely a smart idea. I also have another account that I'm starting right now. I have, one main account, like one big account, and then one smaller one. On the smaller account, I place my own trades and WG trades on, which is not a good idea. What I want to do is have a smaller account that I open up another one that I only place my own trades on. And then, my smaller one I have now to place WG trades on, and then use my big account. And what I want to do with my big account is just use it for big, longer term trades, and not really actively trade with it. So that's what a lot of people do. If you have a macro trade going, but then you're trying to place 5, 6, 7, active trades at the same time, most people don't have a large enough account that they can do that using proper risk management. They're going to be using a lot of lots for their size of account. So, so one account for your big long-term trades, your big account. If you had another one, only follow WG trades on, and then just another small one for you to practice your own strategies on. I mean, having separate accounts is not a bad idea, because if you really mess up on one, you still have 1 or 2 that are going well for you. So that's definitely a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great idea to be able to have. Like, this is one of my accounts. I'll show you guys. This is just a small account that I opened with $100, and as you see, let me try to find it if I can get it. There's losses. Okay, I'm practicing a new strategy, but I have a lot of wins. You can see the losses over there on the left, and those are all my wins. Now you see, but this is a small account. I'm trading 10 cents, I'm trading 5 cents, and I'm catching 10 to 15 pips per trade. It's really hard to see this. There we go, that's better. and you see I have a couple losses, but my wins outweigh. You see that's 5 cents and all that 6 plus, that's 10. I'm practicing a strategy. There's a lot more wins, and then you're going to see some losses coming up, and you're going to be able to see some losses come up. Minimum risk. So more wins, small losses, more wins, small losses, more wins, and that's a small account. So that's a small account in a week. Now, on my other account, this is my bigger account. So whenever I'm sitting there and you might see me post on stuff, this is my bigger account. Now, this one looks a lot better because it's just a bigger account. Now, look at the standards I'm using. I'm using 3 and I'm using 2. So I took small losses on these trades, but look at the returns. You see how the returns are 100, 300, 200, 300, 500, 170, 170. And this is all in a week, 400 plus. But I'm catching, and then you see for the end is 8,000+ in a week. If this thing will show it, good Lord, this thing be making me want to fight it. Well, I don't know, you can't see it. I'm trying to show you, but this thing don't work. And then the other one was just over, it was like 200 plus. Same exact trades as this thing. Oh, there we go, 8,148. So that's on a bigger account. Now those aren't WG trades, those are my own trades. So like I said, I trade on my own. I have my own mentorship. I teach people. I show people. That's why a lot of my people have been able to have 300, 400, 500 plus days, 1,000 plus days, because when they see an alert come through, they do their own analysis. And through what I've been able to teach them and show them, they're like, oh, okay, this is going to be a good trade. It's like, okay, this is going to be, this one may not look as good, or this one may only go up 50 pips and then drop because it's going to hit a major resistance, or it may go down like 30 pips and it may hit a major support and bounce back up, but they have a long-term sell on it. So you want to have, great, like on the WG trades, I haven't, like some of the losses that they had, some of the different losses that they had on like on that July to January ROI, I didn't take a lot of those losses because I saw that trade might be entered a little too early. It might dip down, then come back up, or it might go up and then dip back down. And so when you have the knowledge and you understand things, it does benefit you. Like, it's crazy because Euro GBP, the day that I made 10,000 in a day, I was looking and I was like, this trade is about to go off. They had a buy-in and I was like, I checked the weekly chart and I was like, oh, this is a breakout. And then I stacked 8 standards on there. It was like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then the trade went up, and it went up and I was like 4,000 positive, and I was like, man, this is great. And then it went down and I was like 4,000 negative, and I was mad. I was like, man, I should have just took the certain amount of pips and I would have been good. And then I was like, I'm just going to I was like, I'll be good if it goes down and hit my stop. I use risk management. It's cool. And it dipped down and it just shot up the next day. And I looked at it. I remember one of my roommates came. He said, bro, did you see the WG trade? I said, dang. I said, what? I said, I thought it was going. I said, I saw the WG trade. I was too happy because I was like, this trade I knew was about to take off. So, having an understanding and having a basic knowledge of how the charts are going to do what they do are going to be key. Let me look. Let me check out. When would you say it's best? Nothing. Never mind. Thank you. Yes, you're doing 2 trades. Do you do your own trades or do you? No, Android attendee. I do. I have my own trades, and then I have my own trades because I was a Forex trader before I came into WG, and I take my own trades and I take the WG trades. I think I started one of the accounts, and I think the first week it was great. I came in and I already had like a 70% ROI on my account. I think I made I started with 2,000, and then I had let's see, it was like 1,000, like it was like 1,300 or something within that first week, and I've just been consistent with the trades. I'm building an account. And I'll show it in my in 6 months, well, in 4 months, just so people can see. You know, I'm building these things up so people can see that, like I said, it's just simply a marathon, not a sprint. And I build small accounts too, just so people can see that it's all about following the trades, having risk management, and just understanding that just because someone comes in and makes, you know, this amount of money in trades, and they have, you know, they might have 5,000, they might have 10,000, they might have 15,000, or someone comes over here and they only have 100, 500, $600, then their ROIs aren't going to be as big. So at 0.01, okay, hold on. At 0.01, would you trade? What would you at before you close? Greed is a problem. At a 0.01, what would you at before you close? What would you? What would you go for before you close? Okay, so one thing I like to do with the WG trades when I make my analysis. Okay, so I do like to keep the trade in just to be a product of the product, but and I want you guys to understand something. You can choose to take the trade if you don't want to. You don't have to take the trade. For me, I don't like to miss it. Like unless I'm asleep or I can't, or the trade is just too far gone, then I don't really like to miss the trade, because sometimes I'll miss it. It's happened before, and the trade will be like 80 some pips, or it'll be like 90 pips, and I'll be like, man. And I might have just lost on one of the trades right before that, and I'm like, dang, I needed that because it would have brought up my account. So, you know, sometimes I miss them, but you don't have to take every trade. I do want you guys to understand that. Have to, but one thing I like to do with the trades, and this is before I forget, is I like to take a certain number of pips from each trade. Now, as an experienced trader, my pip goal a day is 25. Now, today on Euro, I caught 250 plus pips, but I had six different trades in. So I want you to understand, I had $1, which is I saw a standard. So I had one standard. I had 4 of those. So that'd be 4 total, and then I had two $2 ones. So the trade went up 50 pips. And I closed. So that's 50 pips. So another trade, this is what you call compounding your trade. So one of them went up, and I closed out at 500 plus. The other one, they all went up at the same time. I bought it in the same spot, right? And I just posted that trade on my Facebook if you want to go see it. It was 50 pips on one. It was just basically 50 pips on every trade. And if you compound, you're going to get more pips. So like on those WG trades, when I see it going to go where I want to, what I'll do is I'll compound like 3 trades, and I'll put the take profit at like 20 pips. So on those 3 trades, I just got 60 pips, and I'll let one of them sit in there, and I'll just let it fluctuate. So I still made money off the trades, because if you guys notice, a lot of their trades go into profit. I mean, I don't know how familiarized you guys are with it, but a lot of those trades go into profit, and then they come back down and they stoop down. Now, some of the take profits on those trades are far. Like, some of them are really far, because it looks like they like to take trades from the monthly and the weekly. So when you come in, and I want you guys to understand, when you see risk at 109 pips and you see reward at 382, what you need to understand is you got to be willing to lose 109 pips worth of profit that you already have, okay? So that means if you traded with 0.01, then you got to be willing to lose almost $11 on your $100 account, right? But then you can have a maximum return of $+ and whatnot. So that's something that you have to know, is that's what you're willing, you know, to lose whenever that happens. So anything else? Where did you learn how to trade? Books. I had a mentor who taught me, and she showed me pretty much everything I know. I paid her money to learn how to trade, and then I made my own mistakes, and I had my own failures. I learned a lot of the things that I know from experience. So like I teach people what I went through and try to help them. That's why I said I have my own training that actually shows people how to do all these different things. So I actually show people, and that's why I said the people that we have within my group have, might see a higher return on some of their trades because they can see that, okay, this is going to go this way. Like when you have triple confirmation, triple confirmation is a great thing to have. Like when you have your indicators match up and you have your price act match up, it's a lot of great things. Webinars like this, that's perfect. Perfect, definitely want to learn. Predict graphs. Yeah, when you learn how to do that, you can do really well. When you I love weld generators. I came in because I wanted to be able to grow my money over time. I didn't even care that I would be able to get paid for it. I saw it as a way that, okay, I can actually grow my income over time, because I was looking at the savings, I was looking at things, and that came across, something I prayed about, and it came across my, across my screen, and I was too excited. I was too thankful that I had something that had those kind of returns, and I could be a multi-millionaire within 5 years of just letting my money grow and just paying a membership of $100, $130. Oh, it was great. And now they have a compensation plan to help the small people coming in who may not have the income, may not have the money, and they can put that $500, if they hit the 500 club, they can put that they're already living off of what they made, right? They already got to where they were today by whatever money that they had. So if they just took that money, that 500, and invested it every single month and compounded that, what are you going to have at the end of the year? $6,000 plus, right? You're going to have over 6,000. Now, next year, taking that ROI, what is your income going to do? So that's something that you got to think about. Luke, did you want to say something? Thought you wanted to say something. I heard the mic on mute. So, yeah, so taking that, so it's just becoming financially smart and going in and not overlooking the find, because it's education. So you guys have to understand that the people who went to high school, the people who went to elementary school, the people who go to college, what do you pay for? Education. That's what you're paying that money for. When you go to college, the education gets really expensive, and then you got to pay $300, $500, $600 for books that you don't even use. I went to college for 4 years. It's the reason why I dropped out. I made more money out of college than I did in college. I multiplied my income times 10 in 2015 after dropping out, after everyone told me I shouldn't do it. And I went to more countries, more states, and did more things just from doing those things and following what I believed in and following what God placed into my life. So, I mean, it's just you have to learn how, you need to understand that you're an investor. And you need to understand that when you come into things like this, risk management is going to be key. And you're investing into a product, you're investing into your future. So you're investing into a product that costs $129 per month, but you need to understand and how to appreciate your value in the product. Okay? Just because you're not making $10,000 your first month, or you didn't make, whatever, that's fine. But you want to be consistent with it over time, because trust me, these are things that you can pass on to your family. Like whenever you come in, like my sister just joined, my mom, they just joined. They're seeing me have all the success. They just want to follow. They're like, look, we just want to do that. And they didn't even talk to me for weeks because I dropped out of school, and they were upset at me. But now they're so proud of me because I stuck with the system. I stuck with what I knew would work. Okay, I didn't quit. And now I just bought my sister and her husband tickets to go to the Lakers game, and I bought my mom a vacation with she and I for her birthday in the summertime to be able to take them there. These are the things that I do this for. It's the time and the financial freedom, and that's what you guys got to understand. It's for time and financial freedom. Anyone can make money, but not everyone. You can never get time back. Time is something that you can never get back. It's the most valuable thing that we have. So don't forget to just live life. Don't forget to appreciate life, okay? Things are going to happen daily, but you got to understand, you got to appreciate life and understand God is going to take you through the things necessary to make you, to build you to become the right man and the right woman in the process. So, yeah. So, any questions before we wrap it up? Been placing my own trades at 0.1 lots with all the WG trades, and I've lost about 30. LOL. Yeah, it's gonna take time, man. It is gonna take time. It's up for me for the longest time. But when I can tell you this: wealth generators in the first month that I was in the company, or the first week, they made me over $1,000, and just following the alerts, they made me over 1,000. That was awesome, and I was excited at life after that. But yeah, anything else? Any questions that you guys have before we wrap this up and we hop up out of here? Anything? Ask away. How long does your long-term trade last? Days, weeks, months? I'm not a swing trader, so I do my due diligence on the chart, and my trades take no longer than about 6 hours to form. Unless I have a trade that went into super profit, then I'll hold it because I know it's going to end up continually dropping. Because when the breakout happens, there's a breakout, and then there's a retrace, and then there's a continually breakout. Normally, like if the trade goes that way, but you got to understand trading. So, and if any of you guys want to learn how to trade, shoot me a message after this, and then we can talk, and I'll be able to help you guys understand things. What would be your advice on going about learning how to trade on your own? Find someone who has results, who is helping other people make money, and is teaching other people how. I know a few different trading groups out there that truly do help people. I'm a part of a couple of different trading groups that taught me how to trade from like a long time ago. I made my own trading group back in November, and I've been teaching people how to trade. I've been able to people have been, as far as I know, I think the best person that I've been able to help has made about over 50,000 in about 4 months. I have other people who've made 4 figures in a day, 4 figures in a week. Just basically finding someone who understands and has had their own failures. That's very key. Do you guys have, just add me on Facebook. If you guys have Facebook, my name is John David Rollins, and just add me on Facebook and we'll talk. If you guys are connected with Julian, Luke, and all those guys, we're all friends. Just find me, and I'm pointing. I'm on a yacht when we were in Cancun. I'm pointing, so that's my picture. But yeah, you got to find people who know what they're doing, and then absorb their knowledge, just like you said, Zach. Yes. So, I mean, if that's all the questions that you guys have, I'm done with everything. I just wanted you guys to understand that it is a marathon, not a sprint. I want you guys to understand risk management, that if you see the results that they're producing, they're not just making these results up, guys. You can go and look in your back office and just literally see that, these things are happening, that the 16% ROI happened, that the 137% ROI, it happened. So you just have to follow the trades. You have to follow them and use risk management. So you shouldn't be saying, well, I blew my account. I lost my money here. It's because you didn't follow the alerts. So I want you to understand that you need to have 2 separate trading accounts. That's going to be key. Opening up a sub account, having one account over here for WG trades, and having another account. It also takes mental stress off you too, because you're like, oh, I got another account over here. It's cool. It's like, okay, I got this account, and WG's building this account. So it doesn't make you as mentally as stressed. So I want you to understand that it does not make you mentally as stressed. Having those 2 accounts, risk management on a $500 account, 0.05 on every trade. When it goes to 600, 0.06. If it went down to 300, 0.03. Okay, if it goes to 1,000, 0.10. All right, and if you have a $10,000 account, 1 standard. Okay, and then if it goes up to 10,100, 1.1. So it's just continually having that risk management and seeing the bigger picture at the end of the 4 years, at the end of the 5 years, at the end of the 6 years. What I want you guys to understand before I get off this call is we're in 3 industries that have made people multi-millionaires and billionaires. We have network marketing, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We have the stock market, a multi-billion-dollar industry. And then we have the Forex market, a multi-trillion-dollar industry. If you stick with this for 5+ years, you too will be a 6 and 7 and 8 figure earner. That's what you have to understand. But you have to stick with it. You have to have vision. You have to understand that the person at the top of the mountain did not fall there. He worked his way up and he built his way up there. You have to understand those things in doing this journey. You have to appreciate the process that you guys are going through, because it's what's going to mold you, it's what's going to shape you, and it's what's going to make you. So that's all that I have for tonight, guys. Luke, if you want to wrap it up or anything, trade with an account you have, not the one that you think you'll have. Yeah. So, Luke, if you want to go ahead and wrap this up, I'm done. If you want to wrap this up, man, appreciate you having me on the webinar and on the call, and look forward to connecting with all you guys. I saw my phone over here lighting up, so look forward to connecting with all you guys for sure. So, Luke, you can take it over, man.
Yeah, well, hold on, let me turn this on. Yeah, well, guys, comment yes really fast if you appreciate what you're hearing. If you learned anything from JDR, if you've got a better idea about what to do, just put us a little yes, give us some feedback on there. And guys, this is just one of many webinars. We started just a week and a half ago, and I think he covered some amazing stuff on here. I'm recording this whole entire webinar, so I'll post this in the WG Forex Facebook page. Make sure that you tag your team in this. Make sure that everybody sees this. Make sure that you guys review this over and over. Make sure you're taking notes. But guys, make sure to thank JDR for taking his time to do this. I know he doesn't have to. He's banking on the Forex. He's got a lot of other things going on. So it's great to leverage, his knowledge and his experience and his results, so that it can help you guys as well. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your night to